Right. So what do you when you see a student, whatever age, and they are lunging and it does
Mhm.
become a problem, what do you do to without giving too much away?
Yeah.
You have to go to the Epstein Online Hitting Academy for that. What do you do to fix that problem and to nip it in the bud right there? Because it really could become something, again, the lunging, it could become something that's a real problem as you get older because you're seeing more than just straight fastballs all game.
Yeah. So we'll start to work it. I mean, we'll talk about different speed pitches. Sometimes I'll speed up their timing, and then I'll slow down the timing like it's a change up. So um, you know, we'll talk about mechanics first. We'll isolate the problem. We'll show them on video. This is what you're doing. Once your foot does this and your hip does this, your head can't move. We have to, stay behind our spine at this point of the swing. And then if it's a problem, then I have so many isolation drills that kind of work against that, or work to fix that problem, with whether it's the head or the back knee or the front hip. We'll kind of figure out what's best for that player. Sometimes it's taking thought process away from the backside and putting it on the front side, and sometimes it has to do with footwork or a knee. But I'll try many different things. The drills are all kind of designed to isolate those moves. And then the other thing is a lot of, I should say, one of the major factors is, if they stride late, then they jump, and so if you stride late, then you have to stride fast in order to get your foot on the ground before you can launch your swing. And if you stride fast and you stride late, then you tend to uh, be less in control of what your body's doing, especially at a young age. And then the head drifts and goes forward and so on. So sometimes we'll work on a different timing rhythm. Sometimes I'll have to take away timing. I'll have to take away a stride and just force them to stay back and rotate. It just really depends on that player. That's what our certification program talks about. Every player is different. How you communicate to every player can't be the same. You can give them, if you're coaching a team, and a lot of people that attend that are just they're amateur coaches, they're travel ball coaches, and sometimes they give lessons, sometimes they're just dads to be able to help. But we talk about what works best for this kid. Maybe it's a different kind of stride. Maybe they can stride. We've tried to take a stride for a couple years. They can't control it. Okay, we can still build in rhythm, but they might be a candidate for kind of like a Bryce Harper two strike approach all the time. And then after they do that for a while, maybe we can try the stride again and see. I did have a player recently here in Colorado, a high school player that was hitting the ball. He came in for his first lesson, right? And this isn't always the
Mhm.
case. And we'll talk about. I saw some on Arenado yesterday too, but remind me of that. But it was, he comes in, he's hitting the ball 84 miles an hour, and he's a no strider. And by the end of an hour lesson, he's hitting the ball 90 to 91 miles an hour. Okay, like that's huge. That's an insane improvement. Well, I didn't do a whole lot in that hour. How much could I possibly do? I moved his hands in a stronger position. I built in a weight shift. He rotated really well, so we were just gaining energy, and he hit the ball harder. That's few and far between when that happens. If you gain 1 or 2 miles an hour, that's amazing stuff. So sometimes try to rhythm. But I asked him, why did you do that? And he said, well, I was coming off an injury and I didn't have any timing right when the season started. So I just went to that. But I mean, if you're giving away, 7 miles an hour of bat speed or exit velocity, like that's huge. That's like 30 feet, 40 feet on balls you hit. So